everybody doing? Oh, welcome to Unity. I'm Anthony, and we're going to do a song to kind of get you in the zone and let go of whatever you came holding on to, and then we're going to do a couple songs together where everybody can sing together. It is something wonderful is happening here. I've come here seeking freedom. I have come here seeking peace. I have come here to go deeper into the truest part of me. And it's here in this place, I can see it on each face. Oh yes, here where we are, I can feel it in my heart. Oh yes, something wonderful is happening here today. Something wonderful is happening here in me. Oh, it's real, yes, it's true. It's my spirit shining through. Oh, yes, something wonderful is happening here today. Da 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 da, da 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 da. La la da da da, da 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 da. I've come here to remember who I truly am inside, and I've come here to release it. I no longer have to hide. Oh yes, here I can let go. I can let my feelings show. Oh yes, here in this place, I can show my spirit's face. Oh yes, something wonderful is happening here today. Something wonderful is happening here in me. Oh, it's real, yes, it's true. It's my spirit shining through. Oh, yes, something wonderful is happening here today. And the light I once knew, all the things I have been through, now I see, yes, it's clear. Every step has led me here. And it's here in this room that I'll find my deepest truth. Oh yes, here I just know that I'll find my spirit's home. Oh yes, something wonderful is happening here today. Something wonderful is happening here in me. Oh, it's real, yes, it's true. It's my spirit shining through. Oh, yes, something wonderful is happening here today. Oh, yes, something wonderful is happening here today. And it's happening here in me. All right, well, usually we stand up and kind of get moving, but this week I chose a couple of songs that are more meditative so you can stay seated while we're doing the first couple songs. What are we starting with? Oh, God is here in his room. I know that one.
And he's sitting down too.
It's here that I feel and know, oh, that God knows who I am, and God understands what I've gone through to be here in this room with God by my side, with God as my guide. I let go and know deep inside, oh, that God is here in this room, and I am here too. And it's here that I feel and know, oh, that God knows who I am, and God understands what I've gone through to be here in this room with God by my side, with God as my guide. I let go and know deep inside, oh, that God is here in this room, and I am here too. And it's here that I feel and know, oh, that God knows who I am, and God understands what I've gone through to be here in this room with God by my side, with God as my guide. I let go and know deep inside, oh, that God is here in this room, and I am here too. It's here that I feel and know, oh, that God knows who I am, and God understands what I've gone through to be here in this room with God by my side, with God as my guide. I let go and know deep inside, oh, that God is here in this room, and I am here too, with God in this room. Now, to go along with Bob's talk, this is Am I Listening? Am I listening? Am I listening? Am I listening to the voice of God? troubled and restless mind. And there's a choice in every moment. Will you listen or will you hide? Are we listening? Are we listening? Are we listening to the voice of God? Are we listening? Are we listening? Are we listening to the voice of God? Because that voice, it longs to quiet all your troubles and restless mind. And the choice in every moment, will we listen or will we hide? Yes, there's a choice in every moment. Will we listen or will we hide? Will we listen or will we hide? Will we listen or will we hide?
It's cozy up here. There's a lot of mics and cords and things, but I think I'm still sunny side up. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Unity of Calgary. Delighted that you're here. And whether you have been here many times or you haven't been here for a while or it's your first time, we're delighted that you've decided to come and be in spiritual community. Because for me, there's something that happens when we gather with others. You know, we can meditate at home and read and watch our podcasts, but when we come together in the physical and we hear the music live, it's like I feel my whole spirit being awakened and soar. So thank you all for being here, and I hope that you receive everything that you need this evening from our time together. And we are actually trying out doing some live streaming. I think this is our third time. So if you're joining us on the live stream, either currently or you're listening to it later today or tomorrow, a very warm welcome to you as well. We're delighted to reach out to more people and know that who each and every one of you are. When we connect, we make a difference. So let's begin with our prayer of protection, shall we? The light of God surrounds me. The love of God enfolds me. The power of God protects me. The presence of God watches over me. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. I didn't mention, but I am Katie Grinham, and I've been part of the spiritual leadership team here for years, and now I'm serving in this capacity, and I'm just delighted to be coming together here. So let's begin with an affirmative prayer, shall we? Let's take a moment to kind of go within. Not that Anthony's music didn't take us within. Whew, I don't know about you, but especially the one about, you know, are you listening or are you hiding? It's like, It is a big question at any moment of time, is it not? All right, well, let's turn within for an affirmative prayer. I invite you to get comfortable in your chair and close your eyes if you're comfortable in doing that. And taking a deep breath in and slowly out. And another deep breath in. And as you release this time, just let any of the busyness of your week, of your day, just flow down, down into Mother Earth. And allow your feet to sink down into Mother Earth, for we are precious creations of this earth. And then bringing your awareness to your heart. Just listen to your heart beating. And I invite you to affirm to yourself silently, my beating heart reminds me that I am loved. My beating heart reminds me that I am enough. Today I open my heart and my mind to expand and grow, knowing as I do this, I reach more deeply into my connection with that which created me. The love, the light, the creator, the passion, and so it is. Nice. Well, one of the other ways that we've been deepening this connection, we realize that words are good. Words can inspire us and guide us. But when we begin to take things inward, it takes us to a different place. And so now we're going to use vibration of sound. And what we'll do first is we'll say this affirmation, and then we'll go into a toning. So let's affirm together. Unity of Calgary is committed to life in the vibration of love. And I too am committed to living in the love vibration. So let's now make that real. Let's actually do that. So I invite you you can put your hand on your heart if you like, whatever helps you connect in. But we're going to tone the sound of awe, which is the sound of the heart chakra. And we'll do it 5 times, each time deepening our experience into it as we emanate out, not only in this room, but into the world, starting with our community and all the way out. So I invite you to, just however is comfortable for you. I like to close my eyes, to put my hand to my heart. It just helps me take it a little deeper. And together we'll take a deep breath in. And one last time. And just feeling that vibration in your own body. And knowing that this sound is emanating love all through the sound waves. Let it go through our city, our province, our country, and to all the countries of the world. May every soul feel the love and gentleness, and so it is. Always feel better after that, don't you? Can you feel yourself a little more centered, a little more grounded? And now I'd like to actually call up Suzanne Dautry to read our daily word. And the daily word is a presentation, or rather a publication that's been around for over 100 years. That is just exactly that. It is words that you can use each and every day to guide your life, to help you stay in that higher vibration. So please welcome Suzanne.
The daily word for today is prosperity. My prosperity is unlimited. There we go.
It's all good, we can hear you.
Okay. My prosperity is unlimited. I claim my good now. After King Darius hauled an unbeaten Daniel from the lion's den, the king wrote to other nations to praise the divine power that delivered this Hebrew prophet by taming hungry beast. Overcome by divine goodness, Darius prayed for abundant prosperity among the people of the ancient world. Today, the lions I face may be rising prices when shopping and greater cost for basic needs. Even in that den of apparent lack, my prosperity is unlimited. In prayer, I claim my good, grateful to live in an abundant universe. I pray that cooperative interaction with others who are seeking their prosperity brings an end to poverty and establishes world peace. I claim prosperity for myself and all others. Then King Darius wrote to all peoples and nations of every language throughout the whole world. May you have abundant prosperity. Daniel 6:25.
Thank you, Suzanne. And if you would like to be one of our daily word readers, we would love to have your voice and presence here to share it. And sometimes it's a great way just to start, feeling more comfortable speaking in front of people. And we would just really love to have you come and share your voice and your time with us at the front. And there is a sign-up sheet on the welcome table as you come in the front door. Okay, so now we also have our Unity moment. And our Unity moment has been prepared for at least a few years by Cecil Wartner, and he is our historian. And Cecil is not able to join us. His health is not strong enough at this time, but he has empowered Claude Pellerin to read what he has put together for us this morning, or this evening.
Thank you, Katie. From the desk of Cecil Wantner. Cecil's an old friend of mine, and we talk every week. Spend hours on Zoom to talk about unity and different spiritual things. This unity moment are words from Charles Fillmore. The power of will is centered along with the power of understanding in the front brain. It moves all other powers, faculties to action. Will is a decision-making, directing, choosing, determining faculty of the mind. It is our capacity to say yes or no to opportunities and options. It works in conjunction with the faculty of understanding. The highest expression of human will is willingness. Spiritual awareness, higher consciousness will, which is the ability to choose and lead, is based on divine ideas, truths, and principles. The affirmation is, I claim my power of will now. I choose, decide, and lead based on divine ideas. Thank you.
Thank you, Claude. And Cecil chose to speak about divine will because that is our theme for the month of August. And so we weave it into our music, into things we share and talk about, because divine will, when we're in line with it, it can be very helpful. And when we're going upstream, it's a good reminder that maybe there is an easier way. So let's have a little music now as Anthony and the Burbage sing, Your Voice Becomes My Voice.
I have heard it said to get there I'll need a goal. I've heard it said I'm the one who's in control. And if I just try hard enough, oh then one day I'll be at my best. And then everything I want so much will surely manifest. Oh, but where's the mystery in that? So I lay down my will, and I offer up my choice. I surrender all my plans, and your voice becomes my voice. I have heard that I can have the life I want, and that all I need to do is follow laws. And if I somehow manage all my thoughts, oh then one day I'll be at my best. And then everything I visualize will surely manifest. Oh, but where's the mystery in that? So I lay down my will, and I offer up my choice. I surrender all my plans, and your voice becomes my voice. Oh, how long I have fought for how I thought my life should be, but now I see the bigger picture wasn't painted just for me. And how hard I have held to a dream not meant to be, but now I see in my surrender have a greater plan for me. And if I just let go and let it flow, oh, then right now here I can rest. And then things I never dreamed could be will surely manifest. Oh, behold the mystery in that. So I lay down my will, and I offer up my choice. I surrender all my plans, and your voice becomes my voice. I surrender all I am, and your voice becomes my voice.
Oh, beautiful. And that, of course, is an original song by Anthony. Often he'll be sitting here. Sometimes you'll see him and, there'll be the person speaking and sharing the talk, and he'll be madly doing something on his phone. That's because he's writing songs. It's not because he's texting his mother, just so you know. And that particular song he did after, I think it was after one of my talks, so I kind of thought that was pretty cool a few years ago. Anyway, thank you so much, Anthony and the band. So now, as my paper is just stuck together, there we go. Our speaker this morning is not morning. You have to bear with me. I've been with Unity for about, I think I figured out it was 14 years, and it was always in the morning. So I keep going morning. I do get that it's evening, and I'm working on it. Yes. So our speaker this evening is no stranger to our community, as he is one of our spiritual leaders. He's someone who has been willing to step forward to say, it's not that I know everything. It's not that I am this great person to be your leader, but I am someone who is willing to be of service. And that has deeply and profoundly been my experience of Bob. He has opened his heart to be in service, to learn, to guide, to open and share. And so I think it's very befitting that that is actually what he's going to be talking about today, about this idea of why thy will. Bob has been a seeker of truth on his own spiritual path journey for many, many years. And with his passion and knowledge, he's realizing that it is the higher purpose to start realizing that as we live this more fully each and every day, that that is what's most significant in life and most significant in his life. So please welcome Bob Ellwood.
Just off on the side there. All right. You're very welcome. Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me? Welcome, everyone. I feel so honored to be up here. And yes, I'm going to talk about why thy will. Thy will being divine will, which is our theme for August. And instead of my will, the small me, my ego will, what I think should be right and what I think, how I think things should be, that's me in my small will. And so to begin, I want to take you back back in time, at least a few years, when you were just a small child. When I was 4, this is what? A cardboard box, right? Everybody knows that. But when I was 4 years old, it was a lot more than a cardboard box. It was a race car in 1 minute, a submarine in the next, a boat going down the Amazon with alligators in the water, holy danger everywhere, and it was a grand adventure. I loved it. And then the next moment, it was a fort. And then it was a cave. It was whatever I could dream up, whatever I could imagine, this cardboard box became that. And I could play for hours in a simple little cardboard box. Why? Because as a small child, I knew something that I was, as I grew older, was told is not the truth. When I looked at this cardboard box, I didn't see just a cardboard box. I saw possibility. I saw adventure. I saw whatever I imagined. And it became real for me. In other words, I saw the cardboard box not as a particle, not as just a cardboard box, but as a wave of possibility and potential. Now, what if I had it right all along? What if, you ever seen a child play? They have so much fun with the simplest things. A broom becomes a flying machine, a magic carpet, a horse. That's because children see things as a wave. How many of you have heard this idea that we're moving into a multi-dimensional reality? Yes, a few of you. What does that mean? That's what I want to talk about today. It's the difference, really, between my will and thy will. As a child, looking at that cardboard box, it was a wave, and so it could be whatever I wanted it to be. When I got older and I started living from my head, I would label everything, because that's what I was taught in school. We were taught to label everything, and that a cardboard box was just a cardboard box and it couldn't be anything else. Because when we're in our heads, we do not think multidimensionally. We do not see the waves of reality around us. What we see are the particleized, collapsed waves that we create in our own minds, and that we were taught to create. We were told what was right, what was wrong, what was good, what was bad, and it couldn't be anything else. And we as adults have this silly idea that that's how reality really is. Reality is not a wave. Reality is a particle. And if you can't see it, taste it, touch it, smell it, it doesn't exist. It's not real. That's what we were told. When we turned the cardboard box into a boat, that wasn't real. And so we think we outgrew that. But I want to, who's fallen in love? Who's fallen out of love? So, guess what? Your partner was a cardboard box. And when you first met them, it was the most beautiful box you had ever seen. Is that not so? and it lit up your world. And they could do no wrong. And so what we did is we took the wave that person actually is. They are not just one thing. They are all things, from the brightest, whitest good to the darkest, darkest black bad. We all have that potential to be anything and in between. From the worst, from the greatest, the best, to the worst, and all points in between. Now, I don't know if you can see this or read it. There's, up here is the wave. Now, quantum physics came along in the early 1900s and changed the world. And when I first heard about quantum physics, I was blown away. Because in quantum physics, they tell you that they did the double slit experiment. Who's heard of the double slit experiment that they use in quantum physics? A few of you. So I'll give you a little brief history. They started doing these experiments to determine if a light particle, a photon of light, was a particle or a wave. Some scientists said it was a wave, and other scientists said it was a particle. So which was it? And so they did experiments. But what they discovered in doing the experiments is the person doing the experiment, the consciousness of the person doing the experiment, affected the outcome of the experiment. So a scientist who was convinced that a light photon was a wave would do experiments to prove it, and guess what? The experiment showed that it was a wave. But the other scientists said, no, that can't be right. I'm going to do my own experiments. And they did, because I know it's a particle. And guess what? Their experiments proved that it was a particle. So in Buddhism, they say that we're popping in and out of existence 60,000 times a second. 60,000 times a second. What does that mean? It means we're moving between a wave and a particle constantly. And in quantum physics, the particle can be anywhere along that wave. And this is what they were showing, is that based on your experiments and the consciousness of the people that were doing the experiments, you could change the position of the particle along that wave. And when it collapsed, it would be in a certain position on the wave. But they could never predict it 100%. They could only call it, what they started to call it was probabilities. There's a probability that the wave will collapse at a certain time and space, in space. So we are doing this in each and every moment of each and every day, with every judgment, every opinion, every belief that we have. We are turning waveforms into particles. Just like that lover that you saw, that was the most beautiful thing in the world. You collapse that wave way over. This is the lowest frequencies, the darkest of the dark, the heavy, dense, evil people and do all the bad things you see in the world are very low on the frequency level. But as we raise our vibration, as we raise our frequency, like we do when we tone the sound ah, we lift our frequency. And this is based on David Hawkins. I'm sure Claude is happy that I'm up here talking about this, because that's his big thing, David Hawkins and the scale of consciousness. Who's aware of that, the scale of consciousness? David Hawkins showed a different frequency of vibrations, up to 200, where it's all kind of black. It's all shadows, starting from a light gray down to a black. There's really no color. And that's when we're in that low frequency, in the negative frequencies of shame is the lowest. When we're deep in shame, we're at a very low frequency. Then guilt, apathy, grief, fear, desire, anger, pride at 175. And then there's a line at 200 that, who's listened to Karen Klassen give a talk? She's been here speaking at Unity several times, and she talks about the freedom frequency. And what she was talking about was David Hawkins' map of consciousness and the frequency of 200 and above. That's where we're free. That's the freedom frequency. And that starts at 200 is courage, because it takes courage to get out of that low frequency vibration. I spent decades in there, and it took me a long time to figure it out, to step out of these lower vibrations and realize that I was the one creating them. So how do I create them? Look at that. Oh, let me just give you a fairly recent example, actually. Someone slashed 2 of my tires. And when it first happened, and I saw that somebody had come and slashed 2 of my tires, and I had to buy 2 new tires, I was upset. And I thought, what a terrible person. And what I was doing when I was saying that was I was collapsing the wave into a particle. Right here, anger. Kind of a colorless frequency. And all of these frequencies, the black frequencies, are supported by a platform. And this platform has 4 legs. And the legs are fear, lack, separateness, or separation, consciousness, and control. That's what we do. When I'm angry, I'm in this. Fear, lack, oh no, I just lost 2 tires. It's going to cost me $400 at least. It was about almost $500 to get 2 new tires. I lost, that's lack consciousness. I was separate from that person who slashed my tires. That's not me. I would never do that, because I'm a good person. But whoever did it was a bad person. And I collapsed the wave, and I was in this negative energy, stuck. But it only lasted for a few minutes, because I'd been on this spiritual path for a lot of years, and I wanted to be in the freedom frequency. I knew this. I knew that if I raised my vibration, it would set me free. And so what did I do? I accepted what had happened. Acceptance is in the freedom frequency. And there's color there. There's life. There's vibrancy. And there's power. Personal power. When I was able to accept that my tires were slashed and I was going to have to go buy 2 new tires, I was willing to let go of my anger. It was a conscious choice. And I said, this is not happening to me. This is happening for me. So let's look at it like that. And what did I do when I did that? What I did was I dissolved this particle and turned it back into a wave. And then I collapsed the wave over here instead of over here, where I felt powerless. And there was nothing I could do. And it could happen again. Over here, I felt powerful. I felt, wow. And I learned so much from that one simple thing of accepting that I'd have to go buy 2 new tires. And by accepting and being willing to forgive, there was no anger there anymore. There was no residual negativity that stuck to me. It was effortless. I simply went down, and took me a couple days to get the old tires down there, see if they could fix them. No, we can't. Okay, buy 2 new tires. All the while, I had just let go, and I'm going to stay in the love vibration. Our new commitment I'm committed to living in the love vibration. And I consciously made that choice. And my wave collapsed over here where I had some power. And I learned so much. It was a powerful gift for me. And I was able to send love to that person who had slashed my tires because I knew they were over here somewhere. People over here do not slash tires. They're in a darker place, a heavier place, with less options. And the further down you go here, the less options you have. The higher your vibration, the more opportunities and options, possibilities are available. And so I am consciously letting go of my judgments now, because I do not want to collapse the wave anymore. Over here is thy will. Divine will lives here. God does not want you to suffer. God does not want you to feel shame. And God is you. If you know the principles, the Unity principles at all, the very first principle is God is everywhere present. And the second principle is, I am that. I am as God created me. There's a recent meme that came out. I think it was Sarah Landon that shared it, and says, just remember, the council keeps telling us, remember, remember. You are your soul's greatest creation. You are your soul's greatest creation. What if that were true? What if you chose to believe that? That means that all my frailties, all the times I was less than who I wanted to be, all the times I did things that I felt shame about or felt guilty about, they must be part of the plan. Because my higher self is in touch with God. They're talking all the time. And so God wouldn't let my higher self make me the way I'm made if it wasn't for a purpose, if it wasn't for a higher good. So over here, there's another platform, and this is our higher self, the divine will. When we're choosing from the divine perspective, we stand on a different platform. And if you notice, the four words that are holding up this platform are the exact opposite of what holds up this platform, which is my separate will. Because my conscious will is constantly collapsing the wave because it wants to be in control. It wants to know what's going on. So it's constantly turning what could be infinite possibility into one or two possibilities because it's easier to control that way, easier to understand, easier to think that there's some kind of security there. On this platform over here, you've got love, plenty, absolute abundance, unity, consciousness. You no longer see the other, the person that slashed my tires, as something other than part of me. We are one. And surrender. Surrender is so important if you want to live a happy life. And if you want to turn your cardboard box into something that gives you joy. Something you can have fun with. You watch any child play, they are having a blast. And you know, God's will for us is to be happy and joyful. It's really simple. That's what God wants. So when you're making choices that make you feel happy and joyful and light and connected, you are making divine choices. You are in alignment with the divine. And when you are making choices that are turning other people into bad people, negative people, people you don't want to be a part of, people you want to try to get away from, people that you think are separate from you, people that you think are going to take something away from you, and you're going to experience lack, that's not where I want to live anymore. Do you? that where you want to live? Well, guess what? You have the power to change any situation. You have the power to collapse any wave. And guess what? Every relationship you have, every person you know, every member of your family, every friend, every authority figure, every politician, every chance encounter on the street, what you're actually doing is you're seeing a cardboard box. For they are all cardboard boxes, every single one of them. And not just people, but situations, like getting your tires slashed. They're all cardboard boxes, but they are not just one kind of cardboard box. They are not just a particle. They are a wave. Just like that lover you had that turned into this horrible person that you can't even stand to be in the same room with. Guess what? They're a wave. Sometimes they were good, especially when you first met. Aren't you always on the best behavior when you first meet someone? So you get to see the best of them. That's who they are. And when they're mean, or they say something that hurts you, or they betray your trust, well, guess what? That's who they are too. And so how do you want to see them? Someone who's dark, in the dark, it's easy to see them. I know lots of people love to hate Trump. That Trump is evil. He's just the worst kind of, half the country in the States hates him. Can't stand him. They painted him very black. So finally, I'm going to talk about this is me or you, and this is the relationship you have with someone, anyone. And so I'm going to pick Trump here. This is me, Bob. This is Trump. Now, I like Trump. I think he's doing good things. But imagine that I'm just going to pretend, because I can do that, so can we all, that I'm one of those Trump haters. And so he's done evil things. He's disrespects women. He says he lies all the time. You can't trust him. So what I'm doing, and this circle here is his aura, and this circle here is my aura. So I'm painting him black, black, black. He's just the most horrible person, and we got to get rid of him. And somebody tried to assassinate him, and darn it, they missed. If only we could get rid of Trump, things would be so much better, right? So if it was true, if he was black, he's not just that. He's got a family. You think he doesn't love his children? Think he doesn't love his wife? You think he hasn't hurt his children? You think he hasn't hurt his wife? Can you say, isn't that what's true for all of us? Haven't we hurt the people we've loved? Haven't we loved the people we've loved? Haven't we been all along this wave? Sometimes in shame, sometimes guilty, sometimes prideful, sometimes angry, sometimes fearful, sometimes grieving. And haven't we been courageous at times? Neutral at times, willing at times, accepting at times, reasonable at times, loving, joyful, peaceful at times, even enlightened in some moments. Wow. So if he's black and I add more black onto his aura, is that going to make him better? Is that going to show the light that's inside of him? No, but that's not all. See right here? That's where our auras interact. That's where his aura touches mine and my aura touches his. And in all relationships, that's what happens. And so when I'm painting his aura black, in the Course in Miracles, they say, a thought never leaves its source. So if I have all these black thoughts about Trump, for one, it's not going to make things better. It's just going to make it blacker. But that's not all. I'm painting my own aura. the same color. The same blacks I'm painting onto Trump, I'm painting on me. If I see him as a very bad person and it makes me angry, I'm the one feeling the anger. I'm the one that's lowering my frequency. And if I feel he's the president, what can I do? I can't do anything. Then I'm making myself helpless. And I'm lowering my frequency even more. If we want to turn the bad people into good people, we cannot use the blackness, the badness. Darkness does not chase out the darkness. It just makes it darker. Light chases out the darkness. So if I want to change Trump, instead of seeing him as a bad person, I have to see his light. I have to look and see him being loving and kind. And I have to, if I was in his presence, I would point it out every time he was kind, every time he was loving. I'd say, oh, look at you. You're kind. You're loving. And a little more light would shine in his aura. And a little more light would shine in mine. And instead of coloring him black, I could start to add a bit of orange, a bit of yellow, a bit of willingness, a bit of acceptance, a bit of forgiveness. And his aura gets lighter. But so does mine. Gets lighter and lighter. And of course, all of these auras are in a bigger circle called the field, God, source, energy, whatever you want to call it. And so when I'm adding more color into my aura, I'm adding it into the field. I'm adding it into the world. That's why I love our meditation in the morning, in the evenings, when we send out that awe, that vibration of love, because I know it is making a difference. And it is going out into the field. And it is shining, making the light a little bit brighter and the shadow a little bit softer, a little easier to take. So when you're looking at your partner next, your child, your friend, stop looking at them like they're a particle, like they're just one thing. Start seeing them as the wave. Start seeing them, seeing the potential and the possibility in that person. And collapse the waves over here in the freedom frequency. Allow them to be who they are. Love them for no good reason. Laugh. Have fun. Play. Let your inner child come back out. Let your imagination come alive again. And start to paint the world in colors that give you joy and happiness and peace. We're going to skip the meditation.
Usually it's easier for me to write a song if I need a song for a certain topic than to find a song and learn it. So that's why a lot of the songs that you're hearing I wrote. Then every once in a while there's a song comes along like this, You know, I used to work in a record store. I worked in a record store for 10 years. And this is back before the internet and you could get anything you want on Spotify. In this record store, the owner of the record store was very smart. He allowed us to take CDs home because he wanted us to be as educated as possible. So picture back in the 90s, you come into the record store and you're like, I heard this kind of jazzy girl on CBC and I don't know what her name was, but could you help me? So I had to know, like, oh, that's Diana Krall, right? And then the person says, do you have anything else like that? And I had to say, well, have you heard of Nora Jones, right? Have you heard of Ella Fitzgerald and so on, right? And so every week I would take home CDs, and I figured it out near the end of my time working in the record store. I figured out how many CDs I listened to during that 10 years. It was over 10,000 CDs. So what happens is after a while, when you just keep listening to stuff over and over, like you just start to realize there's a lot of stuff out there. It's just the same kind of stuff over and over again, right? And then every once in a while, a song comes along. Like if you're listening to dozens of CDs every week, and every once in a while, in the middle of the CD there'd be this one song, and I'd be like, oh, that's it. It's all worth it, right? And this is one of those kind of songs. This one's called Lead Me. It's one of my wife's favorite songs. She just wishes I would live up to it, right? I keep trying. So I didn't write this one. This band called Sanctus Real wrote this one, did this one. I look around, I see my wonderful life, almost perfect from the outside. In picture frames, I see my beautiful wife, always smiling, but on the inside, I can hear her saying, lead me with strong hands, stand up when I can't, don't leave me, hungry for love, chasing dreams. What about us? Show me you're willing to fight, that I'm still the love of your life. I know we call this our home, but I still feel alone. I see their faces, look in their innocent eyes. They're just children from the outside. I'm working hard, I tell myself to be fine. They're independent, but on the inside, I can hear them say, lead me with strong hands, stand up when I can't, don't leave me, hungry for love, chasing dreams. But what about us? Show me alone. Thy will.
Wow. That was so, isn't it just what he was talking about? That we can't do it alone. That no man can be all that to his family. That none of us can be all that to our mate, to our children, to our thing. That we all need to, well, not need, but it's a lot, you know what I'm saying. There's an easy way and there's a hard way. And I think opening to Spirit to guide you and in whatever form that is we go in and out of it, don't we, though? I know I do. I think, oh, I've got this. And then I realize that, you know, being a spiritual being is the most important thing in my life. So we go back and forth. And Bob, thank you so much. I've really understood the particle and the wave on a deeper level this time. How about anybody else? I mean, we hear some of this, but it was really well put. And I do love the box, the boat, the car, all that. So thank you for your talk. And now, as we move forward in our time together, it is the time we enter into conscious giving, when together we begin to use our time, our talent, and our treasure to create this spiritual community. That it's what sustains us and inspires us. And many of us have been involved for a long time. And we really want to share this with other people. And we're not really sure how to do that. So if you have any grand ideas, please share it with us as we take our hearts and what we have to offer here out into the world. And one of the ways that we do that is by meeting in person here. And of course, having a space, a band, music, all takes funds to do that. So now we ask that through conscious giving, not just putting something in the plate because you think you should, but because you believe that this is one of the ways we can make our world a better place, is by having times like this together. And so there are different ways you can do that. You can do it either by putting something into the plate here, or you can also go to donate at unityofcalgary.org, which I have taken to. It makes it a little easier. And of course, you can send in a check. But let's stand up now. We've done lots of sitting, lots of thinking, lots of reflecting. I think it's time we got our bodies moving. So let's stand up and sing, Give with an Open Heart.
I'm grateful for this moment. I'm grateful.
Abundance affirmation. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you all.
Thank you, and thank you all. Please know who you are, what you share, and how you share does make a difference. So thank you. So let's just take a moment here now to reflect on anyone that we wish to pray for. It could be a situation that you want to pray for. It could be a person. But like Bob showed with the two diagrams on the bottom, we don't want to think about, oh, they're in pain, they've had this operation, this is bad, this is bad, this is bad. We want to see them in the light. We want to see them whole, happy, healthy, strong. So I take a moment, let's close our eyes for a moment. I want you to bring a person, place, situation to mind that you want to fill with more light, more joy, more peace, more acceptance, to allow them to expand into all the joyous wholeness that they are. It is through seeing them this way and holding them and surrounding them in love that healing happens. And so it is. We also want you to know that there is a prayer line that you can reach. It's 1-800-NOW-PRAY. That is at the Unity Village. And it is the most used prayer line in the world. And so I invite you to use that at any time. We also hold in prayer Unity Center of Montreal and the Unity Worldwide Spiritual Institute. So the one who is creating all our little churches or little gathering places around the world. So thank you. So a couple of announcements. We're just don't want to be too late here, but just want to let you know that next week will be Jody Crawford, and she is going to be talking about living in the flow of divine will. She's going to talk about what does it mean to surrender to divine will in a world that values control, achievement, and personal ambition. This talk explores divine will through the lens of the Unity 5 principles, and we'll talk about connecting more into our own inner intelligence and the intelligence of the universe. Jody is a very animated speaker, and if you haven't been here before, I'm sure you'll enjoy her. So please come, and we'd love to have you. So then on the 31st, which is the last Sunday of the month, it is our potluck. Arrival time is 5:15 on that. We'll start sharing our food at 5:30 to 6:30. So I invite you to bring something to share so that we can gather and break bread and have conversations that matter with each other before we start the service. And then that evening is a very special evening. Always at the end of the month, we try to do something a little bit different. But this month is something we've never done before, and that is to have it be all music. So someone will probably introduce things as I am doing here, but very briefly. And then we are going to have just a little over an hour and 15 minutes of music from some very talented people within our community. And so they will be sharing their music, and it will be all original music. So our own Doug Warren, who is on bass today, yay Doug, he will be sharing his music, and True Starhorse, who has come and spoke many times with us. You can look on his website. His music is very inspirational. He will be here as well. So together, it'll be quite the evening. And so we would really love to have so many people here to enjoy this, where we'll really experience that music is the message. So invite your neighbors, your friends, people who you think, haven't been able to quite share what Unity is all about. Well, this is an evening all about joy, all about love, all about music. So really love you to share with them and have them join us next. So that's on the 31st. And I think that is all of the announcements. So let us just do a blessing now for the children. We bless the children of the world. We bless our own inner children that are always busy trying to heal something or other. So together, let's affirm, we love you, we bless you, and we appreciate you exactly the way you are. And band, take us into our last song, I Am Spirit.
You can all stand up and sing along. Though I have eyes, I am not what I see. Though I have ears, I am not what I hear. Though I have hands, I am not a human doing. I'm a spirit being in human form. Oh, I am spirit, I am spirit, I am spirit, wrapped in human form. Oh, I am spirit, I am spirit, and I exist beyond this human form. Though I have feet, I am not where I have been. Though I have thoughts, I am not what I think. Though I may feel, well, I am not my feelings. I'm a spirit being in human form. I am spirit, I am spirit, I am spirit, wrapped in human form. Oh, I am spirit, I am spirit, I am this, beyond this human form. Oh, I am spirit, I am spirit, I am spirit, wrapped in human form. Oh, I am spirit, I am spirit, and I am spirit, wrapped in human form. Oh, I am spirit, I am spirit, I am spirit, wrapped in human form. I am spirit, I am spirit, and I exist beyond this human form. And I exist beyond this human form. And I exist beyond this human form.
Oh, thank you, everyone. All right. If you're willing, please come forward. We're just going to make kind of a semicircle here where we can connect with each other. Just hold hands as we sing our closing song of Let There Be Peace.
1, 2, 3.